pledge shield, is it? Now you're one of us.
As soon as I received news of your discoveries, I learned whatever I could of the Alpha Lord, Amalur Beeson. He is indeed a powerful man, a member of the Orbicant, or he was, until he proposed using Niskaro in the war. He was laughed off the council, and then vanished, taking some of Rathier's most powerful mages with him. Sir Beeson somehow learned of this forgotten story and the mural depicting it on Eamon's Isle. Devious. Very devious. Beeson was among the powerful of Rathier before the power of Niskaru turned his head. If anyone can complete Farlong's work, it is Beeson. Trapped within a mountain? Can we be certain this isn't merely an old legend? But can we afford to take the chance? The names of those who sit on Rathier's ruling council are beyond secret. However, some old and substantial debts were owed me. Yes, I see. It should be in Aegon's tomb. Alas, pledge shield, none below Oathblade are permitted inside our sacred places. But this is easily solved. For your valor and honor, in the name of the First Sworn, I bestow upon you the rank of Oathblade. Take this as a token of the honor. Now, the tomb lies just south of Ulcerund. It opens only with this key. Proceed to Ironfast once you have the hammer. It is a curious fact. For her father, Aegon, Cerwyn built a grave fit for a king, while both she and Aemon, her father's father, vanished into the east and were lost to us. She died by treachery in Cluracon long ago. Cursed rings turned her comrades against her. And with her death, it is said, the age of the First Sworn came to an end. So many mysteries surround the founder of our order. Where he learned the secrets of forging and fighting, how he originally came to the Phalanx, where he went alone in his last days, traveling east beyond Cluracon's eastern mountains. The accounts say it was crafted for Aegon himself. None other has ever wielded it, and I'm not sure any other can. It may be for nothing, but I suppose it is the only hope we have. Ordinarily, the rank is reserved for proven veterans of the field. There is also usually a ceremony, but that will have to wait, I'm afraid. What we are, what we once were, does nothing lie still in this world? We have our honor and our swords. Let us cling to that. In a narrow pass just south of Ulcerund, into Tyr, the key I gave you unlocks its doors and many of our other monuments and historical places. Once you have the hammer, proceed to meet Gwyn Anway at Ironfast Keep in Menethir. And by the First Sworn, may you know victory.
This life offers two choices. Fight or die. Those who choose to live face conflict. It is the natural balance of this world. The weeds preclude the flower's bud. The spider's web arrests the fly. The water carves the rock. In the dry wastes of the Tyr, in the land known as Ulcerund, the House of Valar became the home of this primal force. From the desert runner's lethal dance to the chaos of the wolf pack, the Fae displayed these contests as art. Engard, the embodiment of contention, arose as champion. His strike was as the mantis leg, a bolt amid stillness. He met defeat like the salamander's tail, lost, but only to grow again. He inflicted wounds like the serpent's fang, rotting poison to weaken the mightiest opponent. His baleful stare was the shark's fin above the water's surface, promising a bloody end. The Great Ones contested Engard's knowledge, and time and again they failed. The combat space was a patch of dirt, which soon became a clearing. The clearing, trampled by the feet of warriors, sunk into the earth and became an arena where the bravest mortals heard the feral clamours of the combatants. The House of Valor was born.
The jagged cliffs, angles meeting the swollen sea, treacherous to the ungainly Alfar, was the homeland our people. I have seen the places upon the hillside our ancestors forged from sea-sculpted stone. Glir Rathwen, the bluffs of Tawili, were settled near the light of the heavens that glittered brightest, gazing towards Lyria's teardrop, the earth steeple rising to meet her magnificence.
The withering war swept across the land. Seelie and Unseelie fought each other. The House of Valor was abandoned for the battlefields of Isa and On. Engard battled hordes as the warriors of Valor thrived on the plains of Erethel. The storm grew as they joined the war, and the Seelie threw back the invaders. When the armies of On subsided, the Seelie returned to the land, and the House of Valor was forever changed. The conflict of the cycle waned, and the Fae now embodied the peace of sleep. Engard no longer fought, and was without purpose. The great cycle turned through the ages. Seasons passed. A mortal defeated the champion of Valor. His name was Hroth Magnus.
Just trying to pass through to the Red Marches when Amalur became ill. We had stopped so he could catch his breath when the Fae came storming out of their ruin. They took him past the barrier to the south, and I haven't seen him since. They took him to a ruin beyond that fork in the road. I tried to stop them, but they won't release him until the curse is removed. I have no idea what they're speaking of. Please, help us! Thank you so much. The Fae took him through the narrow pass nearby.
You there? Help me, please. The Fae kidnapped me and won't let me leave. I think I'm ill. Please convince them to let me go. This pain is unbearable. My wife and I were just passing through Ulcerund. We lost our way trying to get to the Red Marches when I grew ill. The next thing I know, I have a burning fever, and when I stopped to catch my breath, the Fae ambushed us. You saw my wife. Thank goodness she's all right. I bet she'd wait out there for a decade if she had to. I hope I won't be stuck here for that long. They keep talking about how I can't leave until I'm free of the Narca affliction. This place is as foreign to me as my Fae captors. There's nothing here except the lethal wildlife and a scorching sun above. And all the Fae we could ever hope to meet. Blasted, I'd leave right now if I could.
And the sands beget a mortal. Fascinating. Greetings. You are strange. There's something distinctly Fae about you. We realize our presence in Detir is rapidly diminishing. If we can re-establish the tradition lost with the House of Valor, perhaps we can still stabilize our presence in this region. Some of our brethren departed, like our champion, Engard. Some went mad and became Narca. Those of us who are left remain for the sake of this land. If it were free of the Narca curse, we would gladly follow after our champion. They are our brethren, afflicted by the same curse as the Almain Allard. Left untreated, the curse alters the mind and role of the afflicted. We term these brethren Narca, and you'll find them wandering the desert of Ulcerund, attacking any that come near. They cannot tell friend from foe. It'll take some time before it's safe to walk the sands without a resolution to this dilemma. The Fae have thrived here for many cycles. Though the way the seasons have been flowing, we may not thrive for much longer. I direct the Circle of Engard in its duties. My allies and I serve the champion of valor, not the mortal pretender, but the Fae known as Engard. Unfortunately, the champion is no more. Not since his defeat in the arena by mortal hands. We have confidence that he'll appear in Amalur once again. Every Fae is compelled to perform a function, and reigning as champion was Engard's role. When the champion returns, the Circle of Engard will take up arms once again, and our rites of combat will shake the earth. The Fae champion of valor, Engard, was defeated in battle years ago at the House of Valor by a Varani warrior. In accordance with Fae tradition, control of the house passed to that mortal, and the Fae were forced to leave. Releasing him would be detrimental to Fae and mortal alike. I sense something peculiar about you, though. Perhaps you could help him. He could be healed, we surmise, with the completion of the Rite of Valor. Have you noticed my enraged summer brethren out in the sands? They attack anyone, friend or foe. We of the Circle term it the Narca affliction. It's a curse magical in nature. The affected cannot be reasoned or bargained with. The Almain fell victim to the curse, and though it has not altered his mind, he complains of pain. He warrants study, and so we keep him. The key is the Cora petal. The regenerative properties of the petal can cure the Almain. You'll find it on the vessel of the Guardian of the Caverns, the Cora Thresh. The Rite of Valor will awaken the Guardian, which has lain dormant in this long winter. Defeat it, and the petal can be plucked from its vessel. Head to the caverns of Ingress at the base of the Great Spine. There are 3 Erathi sigil stones within. They are marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Activate them in that order. Each stone will curse you. Once the last stone is activated, a beast of many vines will challenge you in your weakened state. Defeat it, and bring the Korra petal to us. You must activate 3 sigil stones within the caverns of Ingress. They're marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Each stone will lay a curse upon your vessel when activated, and summon opponents to face in your weakened state. At the right's end, a beast of many vines will appear to challenge you. Defeating it will permanently remove the curses. Their effects are temporary. The curses will vacate your body if you begin the rite, and then leave the caverns of Ingress. You must retrieve the Korra petal from the caverns of Ingress. Complete the rite of valor, and you will waken a beast of many vines. Find it, defeat it, and pluck the Korra petal from its vessel. Farewell, mortal.
You've seen Amalur then? Oh, thank goodness he's all right. Why would they imprison him? Please, bring him back safely. They won't let him leave until you've completed a rite for him? Damn them. How could they do this to us? Please, help us. My husband must be terrified. I hardly know where we are, let alone what this place is. I just want my husband back. I've heard that these wilds are the last place in Datir to find the Fae undisturbed. I'm a seamstress, an excellent one. Lot of good it's doing me right now. Please, my husband needs help. I can't bear to think about what the Fae are doing to him in there.
I've never killed a mortal. Ready to fall, mortal?
Please, how is my husband faring? Is he all right?
I'm not feeling so well. You look healthy. Will you speak to the Fae about letting me go? They seem intent on keeping me here.
Greetings again, mortal. Well done. I can use the petal to create an elixir for the Almain. He needs only to drink this. If it indeed frees him from the curse, he may leave. And I will finally have hope of saving Ulcerund from the Narca. Administer the potion to the Almain. Hopefully, it'll free him of the curse, and we can begin to heal Ulcerund of the Narca affliction. We have waited long for the champion to return. We wait still.
You've returned. Will the Fae allow me to leave? They'll let me go if this works. Fine. I'll drink anything at this point. I can feel the curse leaving me. I'm not just saying that so I can leave. It's like a fever's breaking. I should get back to my wife. Thank you again, and farewell.
That was impressive. Our success with the Almain bears great portent for Ulcerund. If a mortal can be cured, then maybe a Fae can as well. I believe that you could survive a journey through the Felfire Pit. Will you help us with another task? Ulcerund is among the last Fae lands untouched by mortal civilization. But it is not without its difficulties. Some of our brethren have fallen to a curse that renders them feral and frenzied. My brethren and I make up the Circle of Engard. We seek to restore the Fey rights lost when the mortals took the House of Valor. The Circle is holding vigil, waiting for the champion to return. We wish to repeat our success with the Almain at a much grander scale. To do this, we require the essence of another plant, this time from the Fellfire Pit. The pit is located at the base of the great spine of Ulcerund. The flower, the Fellfire bloom, rests there, the only plant that grows in the pit. We know the mortal fondness for compensation, and will reward you significantly. Excellent! Then head to the Fellfire Pit, where the Guardian of the Bloom awaits. Exercise caution in Ulcerund, traveler. The sands are unkind to mortals. It is good to see you, mortal. Excellent. You have my thanks, child. Now, we can use the power of the Fellfire Bloom to begin the removal of this curse from our lands. We will, however, require your services once more to accomplish this. Will you aid us again? Seek an audience with the keepers of the crossing, and then administer the sample of Fellfire Bloom to the heart of this land. With luck, you will free this entire region from the Naka affliction. The restorative properties of the Fellfire Bloom will remove the Naka's affliction from the font of the crossing. The summer fae who live here are tied to the land, and the land in turn is tied to the crossing. You must invoke the Keeper's right in order to reach the crossing. The first step is to challenge Pura at the Crown of the Sun to battle. You need proof that you have bested her to pass through Caer Alatha. Very well. Defeat Pura, and she will give you the Amulet of the Sun. Take the amulet to the Keepers at Caer Alatha, and they will allow you to pass. At the bottom of Caer Alatha, you'll find the Font of the Crossing. Place the sample of Fellfire Bloom atop it. Go to the Crown of the Sun, where Pura trains replacement keepers, and challenge her to battle. Only if you defeat her will she grant you the Amulet of the Sun, which you will require to enter the crossing. Then, delve into the depths of Caer Alatha and find the crossing. Place the sample of Fellfire Bloom atop the altar at its center. If our theory is correct, your help in this matter will finally free Ulcerund of the Narker affliction.
A child of dust? What brings you to the Crown of the Sun? The desert is unkind to mortals. I am the guardian of the Crown of the Sun. It is my role to watch this sacred place and see to the safety of the keepers in training. They are summer fae, but their minds have been altered. They attack any who travel the sands, be they mortal or fae. I do not wish to speak to you about fae affairs, mortal. This place is older than your mind can grasp, and it will remain long after you are gone. Ulcerund is the last bastion of the fae in Detir, one of the few places in these desert lands where we are plentiful. Florian told you of it. They must trust you implicitly. It is one of many sources of our worldly power. It is an almost limitless source of magical energy, closely tied to the essence of Ulcerund. They spent hundreds of years here in preparation of their duties. I am tasked with meeting their needs, ensuring they are ready. It will be several hundred years before the replacements for the current keepers arrive. Florian and the Circle sent you to access the crossing? It is highly unusual for a mortal to invoke a fae rite, but your aura is most unlike a mortal's. Very well. Prepare yourself. You are a skilled combatant. It's no wonder you've earned the respect of Florian and his circle. The Amulet of the Sun is yours, and with it your right to ascend to the crossing.
Welcome to Caer Elathha, mortal. We have not had visitors in a very long time. What do you seek? It is no accident that Caer Elathha is a place of great spiritual confluence. The crossing's flow of energy has influenced the landscape, shaped it as the ancients once did. Halcyon is my companion, and a revelation. I never in my lives spoke to a summer fae, yet now I see that winter and summer are not so different. Always dear Pura has stood vigil at the Circle of the Sun, awaiting the new keepers to give them direction. It was she who led Halcyon and myself to the crossing when we first arrived in Amalur. It is a nexus of energies, a place where magic flows infinitely. There are few such places on Amalur, and the Keepers are tasked with protecting them. The Keepers live to prevent use of the crossing by either Fae Empire. Its power is such that both Summer and Winter Fae have agreed to leave its power unharnessed. Yes, I am Winter Fae and Halcyon is Summer Fae. That is the nature of the crossing. A representative from both courts remains here for balance. I always distrusted the Summer Fae, but it is difficult to distrust your only companion. Over the centuries, Halcyon and I have grown to rely on one another. To deal with the Narca curse. If Pura has given you the means to pass, then do so. You should seek out Halcyon. He will assist you in this. It is where the replacement keepers go to prepare for their work at the crossing. When it is time for them to assume their posts, they enter into combat with Pura, as you did. If they survive, she brings them here, as she did with us. She is the guardian of the Crown of the Sun, and a powerful sorceress. But you have defeated her. It is no wonder Florian and the others of the House of Valor have come to place their trust in you. We Keepers routinely delve into the depths of Caer Elathha to make minute adjustments to the crossing, ensuring its power remains under control. Find the crossing, and Halcyon will undoubtedly be nearby. Take caution in these lands, mortal. Your kind is particularly susceptible to its dangers.
You should feel privileged. The crossing is not a place of mortal business. You are the first to come this far. That essence of the Fellfire bloom is meant for the crossing, yes? To cure this region of the Narca curse. I will not allow it. Florian, in all his wisdom, does not see what I see. That the crossing is a solution to this long winter. No Fey empire has ever risen so. It is not the way of things. I have been using the power of the crossing to gradually tip the balance of magic in favor of the Summer Fey in Ulcerund, but this had unfortunate side effects. The crossing is tied to the magical essence of this land, and so are the Fey of this region. My tampering has driven them to madness. It is a necessary corruption. Better for a few of us to be mad than to wait for this long winter to end. Perish. I cannot allow you to interfere further. The Circle of Engard must endure my curse for as long as it takes to end this long winter. Fair.
I see. Alcir's devotion to his king and court was more powerful than our friendship. That he would compromise his own kind to end the long winter is deeply unsettling. Perhaps, in the end, he'd become Narca himself. You have my thanks. Please, take these. They are imbued with Fey magic, and should aid you wherever you may go. I serve the Unseelie court. I was chosen to guard the crossing as the winter representative, to watch over its power during the long winter. The crossing has changed. I can feel it. But whether it undid the damage Halcyon inflicted remains to be seen. Return to Florian and report what transpired. Take caution in these lands, mortal. Your kind is particularly susceptible to its dangers.
It is good to see you, mortal. I can feel a change in the air. The taint of the Naka curse is rapidly dissipating. A shame it was caused by one of the Sealy's own. The Circle and I will take our leave. A small number of Naka will undoubtedly remain. We will reclaim our brethren and defeat what Naka are left. Thanks to you, perhaps Alcerund will recover from the Naka after all. We have waited long for a champion to return. We wait still.